Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan Barr, and this is the Thought Leader Podcast. This is episode 1 with me running the podcast, and I'm super excited to be chatting with Oxana Ali. I'm going to introduce her in just a second. But if you are tuning in, if you are watching this, if you are listening to this, this is a podcast that is for past thought leaders, current thought leaders, and aspiring thought leaders. We are going to talk about health, wealth, and relationships. Today, we'll be talking about the realm of health with Oxana. And really, it's for the people that have a message that they want to share, have a skill set or a mastery they want to share, but might be a bit nervous to get outside their comfort zone. We want to talk from people all around the world and hear their stories of how they're able to get their message out there and why they decided to push through that uncomfort zone. So today, we will be speaking with Oxana Ali, who has an extensive background when we talk about all around the world. Oxana Ali is a neuro-dental coach and consultant. She originally received her diploma in dentistry in St. Petersburg, Russia, before traveling to Quebec, Canada, I know I'm saying that right, to earn her diploma in dental hygiene while also receiving a certificate in myofunctional therapy, had an introductory training in metacognitive programming, as well as took courses on face fitness, breathing techniques, conscious breathing, psychosomatics, neurographica, fundamentals of psychology, and earned a certificate in neuro-numerology. On top of that, she speaks 3 languages, and we are going to be communicating in only one of them today because that's all I know, English. She also speaks French and Russian. Oh my gosh, Oxana, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Dylan.
Oh my goodness, you have done a lot, and you have left. You left Russia and came to first. I think you said Israel, and then Quebec about 20 years ago, speaking no English and no French. How was that?
It was hard from the beginning, but then, step by step, day by day, you learn English, you learn French. French is difficult, but it's okay. You can learn whatever you want. It just, you have to have motivation. Yeah. And I had it.
I took, you had more motivation than me. I took French when I was in high school. Everyone was taking Spanish. I thought all the pretty ladies would take French. So I was like, I'm going to take French. None of them talked to me. I did not learn anything in French other than Je m'appelle Dylan, and that's it.
Good start.
Thank you. And now I'll learn some Russian at the end of today. I want to start off with a pretty broad question because I am a believer that the word thought leader is very subjective, right? It means something different to everybody. I think it can be intimidating for some people. I think it can be exciting for others. You're a thought leader with what you've done. What does the word thought leader mean to you?
For me, first of all, because you have to kind of spread your information. Yes, you have to catch everybody's attention. So it's not easy, but if your information waiting, people waiting for something to hear, and you're kind of put your emotion in it because you passed this experience. So this is how you, it's not really, especially when you just started, it's not easy to, to speak in front of the people, but with experience, it's become easier and easier, and this is what I love to do. So it's
we're going to talk about like that initial start of how uncomfortable it can be sometimes and why you chose to do that. We're going to do that in just a bit here, but I kind of like what you're saying. I like to use the word. Your job is to be a pillar of possibility to other people and shine your light so bright that it can reach the people that need to hear it. And as scary as that is, we're not thinking about everybody. We're thinking about the people that need to hear this thought, right?
Yeah.
And you have an immense amount of knowledge from your life's journey. We're going to talk about emotional connection with parents. We're going to talk about some universal laws that you've uncovered in your learning. But I'd really like to start this podcast from the beginning, not birth, but from the beginning of your studies into dentistry. Like all of this started with some fascination with the human teeth.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit about that start of the story of you going to St. Petersburg to go into dentistry?
Yes. Actually, it's my friend who brought me the dental stuff.
Okay.
She loved so much dentistry, and I was kind of thinking, what to take, general medicine, psychology. I love it a lot, a lot, a lot. But one of my parents' friend, they told, okay, forget it because you don't earn much money. It's blah blah blah. It's nothing. Do something good, when you can help and you can earn money. So that's why I choose kind of my friend path. But actually, with studying, I understand that it's not just about dentistry. Because even from the beginning, I thought how it's like all connected, teeth on your top and body. It's your head. This is kind of the rest, how it's all connected. And I start reading books, like do my own research. And this is how I came up with all this stuff.
Yeah, I was doing research on you this week and seeing how much challenges can come from adults and kids alike. That all starts in the mouth, right? Sleeping challenges that adults might have, poor posture for young kids, and it's all really starting in the mouth. And when people begin to grind their teeth, it's something that I'd never got into. So we really have your friend to thank for you being here.
Yes.
But you did talk about in there, like you just for some reason started, going into psychology and seeing how like the mouth goes to the rest of the body and seeing this. I mean, you have talked to me before, and it seems like there's a lot of connectedness talk that you like to share.
Yes.
So what do you feel was that key moment as you're going into this journey of dentistry that shifted or opened your mind to start looking into things like neurographica, psychosomatics, more psychology, universal laws? What happened in your journey to open that up for you?
It's after, my parents divorced when I was 7. And, everybody like to be happy and live like happy life. So my mom tried to do the same. So, and she take all her attention to her relation with finding somebody. And I felt really bad for myself. I didn't understand my mom at the time, but I was so unhappy. I feel so unhappy. So, and this is kind of stuck to me, even like going to university and left my mom. I was so happy. At the same time, I never had this relation until one moment, because a lot of years, it's not just days, it's not weeks, it's not months, it's years. I try to be like explain why it's happened, why I feel so lonely. And like for many, many years, it was like kind of dialogue. Okay, mom, why? And she kind of answered by myself,
Right.
I answer instead of my mom.
Internal dialogue, yeah.
Yes. And it's like many years, and it wasn't easy at all. It was like difficult for me. And then I thought like, I have to overcome, like it cannot like last forever, because I'm gonna kill myself, because I start like, it was difficult to sleep for me. I wake up in like middle of the night thinking like, oh my God, like, mom, how come? And then, there is grind. Do you know what is grinding? Like bruxism.
No, please tell me.
You grind. And because our articulation here, upper and lower jaw, it's connected here, and it's just in front of your ears. So, and if mandible, it's not in good position. So, for example, you grind, and it's not good posture, as you told before.
Yeah.
So it's all become mess for your body. It's not healthy at all. So people start grinding, like many problems, health problems become just from your mouth. And yes.
So, because you just said something extremely fascinating. You're basically saying, going through this, I come from a house of divorce as well. They were actually never together. I'm considered a bastard. But growing up in in a similar situation, right? Seeing both parents kind of find love in other areas.
Yes, yeah.
Like you said, this is years and years it's weighing on you.
Yes.
And what it sounds like is it's that mental story we constantly tell ourselves, and where it takes us to the point of depression. And like you said, this is not going to end well, right? That then leads to the teeth grinding, to how the mandible operates. So really our teeth, it's almost like our teeth are talking to us
Yes.
if something can be stuck up there.
Because it's also not about, it's about muscles.
Yeah.
We have different type of muscles. And on face, the muscles called skeletal muscles.
Yeah.
And there's craniofacial muscles connected to our brain. So whatever you express on yourself, on your face, like for example, you smile, you give this information to your brain. So, and everything is good for your brain, for your body. It feels good. When you express like sadness, like unhappiness, for brain, it's fight and flight reaction. This reaction.
Yeah.
It's stress.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's like day by day, like every day, every week, every month, so it's kind of habit for your brain to feel it. And when it's feel it, it's chemical reaction start in your body. And this like hormonal production reduce bad hormone. And it's really bad, because our body is like one wholeness.
Yeah.
And this is how it starts.
So really with it, it's almost like it's a back and forth communication between your brain and then these facial muscles, right? Brain's going through stress, facial muscles start to show, let's say, upset, or I'm showing that I'm depressed on my face. And then that then triggers right back to the fight or flight response of so you have this like vicious cycle.
Yes.
Incredible. And because it's one of the questions I was curious in all of your research, maybe we're touching on it. Why, number one, why is having such a good emotional connection with your parents so important? And two, what do you feel are the first steps in order to do that for people that don't have that foundation like you had growing up?
Yeah. Because, I wanted to finish this situation, all my bad sleep, like grinding. So I start looking for some information. Because like knowledge is your light, and if you don't have knowledge, it's your dark. You can like not die, but still it's like very depressed. So I start looking for information, books, internet. Now you can access to a lot of stuff. So, and I discover there are many laws. It's like in religion, like whatever you believe in Bible, like Torah, like whatever you believe, there's kind of rules. So there are rules also I discover for universe. It's kind of the same. You don't judge, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of main rules I discover for myself. It's kind of 4 laws. It's first of all, it's hierarchy, law of hierarchy. So who came before you, for example, our parents, grandparents, even your teachers, like who older than you have to treat this person with respect, like really respect. Doesn't matter your relation with this person. If you don't want to speak, okay, it's okay, don't speak, but just respect, really respect from your heart. It's not just, okay, I respect you, bye, but you
mean it. Really meaning it.
Really mean it from really inside you. And I try to kind of use these laws for myself, and it's really work. It does. So, and then I notice small miracles in my life. So, and there are another 3 laws. I don't know if you're interested, but
I am. I do have a question. Just because of the language here, the law of hierarchy. Is that what I heard?
Okay.
So knowing those people that came before you, treating them with respect, right? It's like really keeping it in the heart. Hey, we don't have to be, maybe I'm not getting this. We don't have to be civil all the time. I could be frustrated at times, but at the heart of it, I respect you.
Yes, exactly.
Do you feel that's on the child to put forward? Like in your research, is it on the parents to be like, hey, this is why you treat us with respect? Is it on the child to really take that step, or the kid, even if they're older, or is it on the parent?
That I told you, it doesn't matter what relation you have with your parents. It just should be, first of all, everything happened for a reason. If my parents divorced, it was a reason. It's not kind of universe reason. We don't know. Sometimes, situation happen and you think, oh my goodness, it's so bad. Oh my God, what are you going to do? But with the time, you understand it was good for you. It's always by the end, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, doesn't matter your relation you have with your parents. It should be, and you don't have to say like small kid, okay, respect me.
Right.
It will come. It will come. It will come eventually to, yeah.
And it's almost like just trusting that the law of the universe, right? Of hierarchy is like, hey, I don't have to thrust this on my kid, but it will come because it's the law of the universe.
Yes.
Fascinating. Yeah. We have a little bit more time. I mean, do you want to go through the other 3 laws that you came about in your research?
Yes. Yeah. So another 3, second one, it's nothing is stable. So today you're good, in good mood, happy, sunny, all is good. And tomorrow you're going to be down and feel depressed. So nothing is stable. So you just live your life day by day, be present. It's very important. Sometimes, many, many, many thoughts come to your head. Like I play dialogue with my mom, like, just come and again and again. And you should shut down this. And okay, what I'm doing now, okay, I'm drinking coffee or I wash dishes, whatever, just present. It's really bring you back. It's really bring you to this moment when you can feel it just kind of, you feel neutral. You feel not happy, but kind of, it's okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of second law. Like a third one, it's balance. Whatever you give, you receive. You give back, but everybody knows about it. It's kind of simple, but still. And the last one, for me, it's like you belong to someone or somebody or something. For example, for your school, for your parents, you belong to, and you have to, even if you go to another country, like I left Russia and I came to Canada, you still kind of, you feel this attachment, you feel this, connection. And when you live, for example, now in Canada, you kind of have to respect this country. You cannot bring, for example, Russian rules and live, okay, forget Canada. I mean, this is how I am.
Yeah, you're in a new place.
I brought my baggage, like with all my rules. No, when you leave, you respect this country, these people around you. So because you become to belong to this system.
Yeah.
And if you follow, it's really just easy. I mean, it's not easy for somebody like, oh, forget it. But it's really easy. If you're going to follow these rules, you will feel, you will see, you will notice, starting from small stuff, you will see difference. I promise.
Yeah, it's fascinating. My wife and I spent about 3 years in Kenya. We live in America. We spent 3 years in Kenya, and obviously there's parts of us that we want to assimilate once we go there. We still respected America, but it was incredible when we came back from Kenya, how much intentional habits that we took, intentional ways of being that we took from our Kenyan friends, from spending time with people over there, and how much it can help, right? Because it also keeps our life more exciting. So for you really dive into these 4 laws. You really dive into researching more. You gain that connection back with your mom. So it means so much to you. You then decide to really weave this into your practice. So I'd be curious now, in a nutshell, what is it that you do with your, like, who is it you work with? What do you help your clients with? I think you and I were chatting before we started, and you say it's still dental work.
Yes.
It still starts with the mouth.
Yeah.
But where else do you go, and who is it that you work with?
So it's kids and adults. But I noticed, for example, some adults, they came and their story, it's not about just, okay, I grind, it's become so painful, but there's some story behind why it happened, to what situation connected, what thoughts you have. So this is also how I kind of continue my research about emotional and dental. You cannot, you can use, for example, some people also has really bad pain like with articulation, even open your mouth, it's painful.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, what they do, Botox.
Yeah,
They
Botox.
do Botox, yeah. But you know how it works? Yes, it paralyzes muscle. It paralyzed. So you don't feel pain because it's paralyzed. But another muscle, they kind of work doubles. They
Mm-hmm.
do their own work and
Mm-hmm.
they take work from muscles they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
And by then, what it's become, they become tired.
Because other muscles are working overtime for
Yes.
these paralyzed muscles. And I could also imagine the
Yes,
challenges it can cut off that connection that we're
exactly.
having from brain
Yeah.
to face.
And because our muscles, facial muscles, skeletal muscles, connected to our brain, so all your thoughts coming to your brain, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
So this is why it's important when even you, for example, explain to a client like what to do, they have to work not just with muscle, or inject Botox. It's really what your thoughts every day, every minute. It's very important.
Yeah, it's like we have to expand outside just the symptoms. Because one of the questions I was going to ask you is, what symptoms do people typically have when they come to you would show these underlying issues? But it's any symptoms with the mouth. Hey, I'm grinding, or hey, I can't open my mouth, or TMJ, I would imagine.
Yes.
Are they coming to work with you? Like you have a dentist office? I think it's called, is it a DDL? You have
It's not, it's Beaconsfield.
Okay. So you have an office they come to at like they just looked at you as a dentist, and then it's your job to say, hey, let's look outside of just your mouth and talk about other things.
Yes.
Do people know that as before they come in to have an appointment with you?
No, because not many people have kind of open mind.
Yeah.
Some people it's easy to inject Botox and that's it, go and relax. They don't think what it will come next in a day, week, year. But if you really care about yourself, and because it can combine, even ortho client, orthodontics, they put the Invisalign or braces, whatever, and sometimes it come back, and there's a reason for it.
Because they're not working on those underlying emotional issues and the root cause.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of a dental pun right there, but
exactly, the root cause.
That's a different type of root canal that you're helping people with. It's the root cause of their emotions.
Yes.
So here kind of comes in, if you don't mind, I'm going to transition to the last part of our interview here, being the uncomfort aspect of it. Yes. Listening to you, what I'm hearing is the uncomfortable part of you getting uncomfortable with this is not becoming a dentist as much. I think a lot of people go do that.
Yeah.
Your uncomfort, for me, what I see would lie in Timmy and his mom come to do a check-in with you. And because you believe in what you do, you want to understand other things of what could cause the symptom of grinding, this symptom of jaw pain.
Yes.
Most dentists don't do that. So the question for you is, why did you choose? Why do you consistently choose to get outside your comfort zone and talk about vulnerable stuff, I would imagine, with your clients when that's not what they're expecting? Why did you choose to take that action or continuously take that action to get uncomfortable?
Because I'd like to, when, for example, you or me, we are happy, we spread this happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it. This is kind of energy, like some people call aura. So you feel it. So if I'm gonna sit in front of you and be sad or mad or whatever, you're gonna feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be your kind of defense mechanism. You're gonna sit the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Already like
mirror you in a sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you open, so that's why I'd like to spread it, because now so many stuff going around everywhere. Mm-hmm. So if we're gonna be more open, more happy, more satisfied, people by person, mm-hmm. It will spread. That's why I'd like to use my time to explain, not just like fix the problem, but as you told, like go to main root, like really why it's happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like you take Advil or you take Tylenol, you kill your symptom.
Yeah.
But it can come back again and again and again until you cut it, until you understand why.
So because, and you've been in these shoes, because you're seeing, because you don't want to put a Band-Aid on this gaping wound like some people are doing, and it's just covering up a symptom. You can see what it would lead to if they don't really treat the root issue. And it sounds like what I'm hearing is what you tell yourself is you're going to shine your happiness and your excitement and joy for this so much.
Exactly.
You want to change where they're at.
Exactly.
I think it's a beautiful like badge of honor to get up every day and wear that. Because I'm sure you're going to have some uncomfortable moments of people being like, I don't want to talk about this, or I don't.
Yes.
But for you, it's the grander battle of helping other people get to true health that's worth it for you.
Exactly.
And I think I guess I'd ask you here, because a lot of people that have, I hope you take this as a compliment. You have a different approach. You walk a different path when it comes to helping other people. And I love it.
Yeah.
But you love it so much you're willing to do it. I think a lot of people have a different approach to something, but they get so nervous to get outside their comfort zone. They can think about it all they want, but taking action on it is so scary, or it's gives them anxiety. For you, why do you think most people don't get outside their comfort zone when it comes to doing something that they really believe in?
Why?
Yeah. Okay. Big question. Take your time.
Exactly. Yes. Why? Because, some people, even if they, depressed, for example, it just, as you told, it's comfortable. You stay at home, you take your coffee, you relax, you watch TV, you always try to do something, just be at the same level because it's comfortable. Stay in bed longer because it's why I should wake up, why I should, go to do something else, because it's more force. You need to do something else. It's more comfortable not to do it, or just zip your mouth and say nothing. But I think if everybody gonna think differently, if everybody gonna put something just a little bit in your passion and open a little bit from the beginning, it's not easy, for sure, 100. But then when you see results from people, when they're gonna say thank you, when they start to appreciate what you do, you'd like to do more and more. And then it's kind of you push yourself. It will be kind of kick your ass, to wake up and to go and you do your stuff.
Yeah.
This is how I understand.
Yeah, it's like raising that level. I was actually, if you saw me looking over here, I was typing, I was reminding myself that Nikola Tesla quote that says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, when we do things that are comfortable, but we do things, we want to maintain a vibration because it's comfort for us, or a frequency that's comfortable.
Yes.
It's going to take a little bit of change to then elevate that frequency or that vibration higher, and then to give that energy to other people at times. It's like you have this, and it's if you're talking with people that are a bit stagnant, you're able to kind of inject them with your frequency or vibration to bring them up. Not Botox, but frequency and vibration.
Yeah.
What last couple of questions here. What advice would you give to somebody out there that knows they have a message, knows that they have a light to shine, but might be stuck in that comfort frequency? What would it be advice that you would give them to get out of it, to really put themselves out there and shine their light?
First of all, you have to really love it, what you like to tell, or you like to share your experience. And you don't have to be afraid, because sometimes it just, I'm afraid, or what people gonna think about it. There's some clients, they come, and if I see it's really closed, they don't understand how it's all connected, I just do kind of medical stuff and that's it. Okay, you don't accept it, it's okay, it's your choice.
Yeah.
So it's the same for people who'd like to share their knowledge, who'd like to be visible. So it's just, but you really love to, to be kind of strong.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's like not easy at all. But if you really like to change people's mind, be like, people become more open, because sometimes you just walk and people just don't want to look at you. But
yeah, what I'm hearing from this
yes,
is you have to take time to really know you love this.
yes, yeah.
And that love's got to conquer the fear that you might have to put yourself out there. And no, it's not going to be easy in the beginning.
Yes, no.
But it's almost like, if you look at this logically, it's like, would I rather really, really love something and know it, and
Yes,
have some not easy moments putting myself out there? Or would I rather have comfort and never feel this deep
yeah,
love for something? And I think when we can look at it logically, our hope is those aspiring thought leaders out there, they choose the former. They choose, hey, I want to really love something. And yes, it might not be easy to start, but I really love this rootedness and loving something, rather than feel comfortable but never get to this depth of loving something as much as you love this message of that starts with dentistry. And I guess that's last question, is how people can reach out to you. I imagine a lot of dentists, you have to kind of be in the chair to work with them. Do you do remote consultation, or is it mostly in Quebec? I'm saying it right, correct? It's Quebec.
yeah, Quebec, yeah. Yes, it's good. I mean, yes, but because I'm Quebec, I prefer, because I do Zoom sometimes. But when you see people, it's different connection. When it's online, for example, I see you now, it's perfect. But it's still, it's not, it's my opinion,
Yeah.
like everybody's different. But for me, personal connection, like, it's for me, it's more valuable.
Yeah.
So
I imagine it's more powerful too. It's like you have that, you're in that space with
yes,
them.
exactly.
So the biggest thing would be, if you're listening to this or watching this right now, and you are even remotely around the Quebec area, what are the best ways for us to stay in contact with Oxana? How do we learn more from Oxana? What would be the best places for us to go to stay in connection with you?
Yeah, we can use Zoom for sure. Like, everybody use Zoom now, like online. It's in Quebec. It's in Beaconsfield, actually.
Beaconsfield.
It's close to Montreal. And there's a website. It's called Neuro, Neuro, Dent. It's all one word.
Neuro-Dental.
Okay. And phone number 514-992. Yes.
Write it down, everybody. Write it down if you're listening to this. She's giving you her personal number, neurodent.com. There's a couple other social links that you sent us as well. We will make sure to put them in the description when we put this out. First, it'll be going out on YouTube and then eventually Spotify. Oxana, thank you so much for this call. This was really fun. I definitely learned something I did not know before I came into this. So I really appreciate, one, you having the courage to get it out there, and two, like, just hearing your story of how much you have to vulnerably put yourself out there on a topic that most people don't see the same way as you, because they don't have as much research as you. So I really, really appreciate having you on here. Is there any final words you'd have for any aspiring thought leaders out there?
First of all, like, be present. Really, it's really, really important. And secondly, if you'd like to change something in your life, just don't be afraid to do changes, because we grow in difficulties. Sometimes when it happened to us, when it's nice, everything is good, we're happy, all is good. But when something bad happened to you, some people, they grow, like, it's okay, don't give up. But some people really like close.
Yeah.
So don't close, because there are people around you who can help. And if you really want something, it can happen. It will come to your life. It's sure guarantee. I promise. So this is it. Yeah.
Oxana, thank you so much. For anybody listening, we appreciate you taking the time to listen to a fellow thought leader and aspire to be the same. We learned a little bit about the health bucket today, and the last bits of knowledge from Oxana is stay present today. Open yourself up. Don't close yourself in when fear comes. And we grow through difficulties.
Yes.
Oxana Ali, I appreciate you so much for being the thought leader that you are. I wish you nothing but the best. And for anybody listening, we will see you on the next episode of the Thought Leader Podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dylan.